Good morning. So yesterday morning I played red line hockey. I thought this morning I would play some of the Time Sports hockey time so folks can see how this works. This particular 91-page book is available free on the Google Drive. I'll put a link in the video description box. You can grab this and print it out yourself. You can also buy this in paperback from Lulu. All right, so Time Sports, let's go to page 63, which is hockey time. So we've already got the teams set up over here. I'm just using the top two teams in the big country. I said top two. I'm just doing them in the order they're here. So I'm playing Coaldale Canaries on the road against the Grand Bay Seals. We're at the Ice House Arena. I've already got the line set, so you match up the line against the opposing defense, this goalie. So the goalie includes the value of your two best defenders. So a 1 is the best, 1 or 2 is the second best, and 1 through 3 is the worst. So Coaldale has an advantage offensively with their 3 lines, B, C, C. But their goalie's a 1 or 2. Grand Bay has B, C, D. Their third line is a D. And but their goalie is the best they can possibly have. So this ought to be an interesting game. So those are the matchups. I've already done the matchup table. So we just come up here to the scoring charts. So what makes hockey time very simple? This is true in big country hockey time and hockey time. Every line gets their role per period. So all you got to do is knock out. You give every line their chance to score, and we move on to the next period. So Coaldale, using the B charts, Coaldale's first line on the B charts, we're going to be rolling this column right here. And 1 is a save. So we're going to see a save by Grand Bay, right? So Grand Bay's first roll is B. Grand Bay rolls a 2, they're going to turn it over. So it's going to be a turnover by the first line of Grand Bay. Coaldale's second line's on the ice. They're looking at the C chart, 3. 3 is a save. So they're getting shots on goal, but they're not producing. Grand Bay's second line, they want a 5. 6, they're going to get a shot though. And the opposing goalie saves on opposing goalie gives up a goal on a 1 or 2. And no, so it's going to be a stop. All right, we got a shot and a stop. Shot on goal and a stop as opposed to a straight save. All right, the final chance in the first period for Coaldale. They're looking at the C charts. They want a 4, 5, or 6. They're going to get a 5. That's a goal. So Coaldale will get a goal. Let's come down here and take a look at their scorers. Coaldale's line 3, let's roll. And it's going to be 5. Wow, it's going to be Anderson, defensive Anderson with a goal for Coaldale. So their defenseman, so this is left defenseman, right defenseman. So this would be right defenseman Anderson with a goal. And Grand Bay using the D charts. Grand Bay. The games are meant to be fast because you're playing career power play. So we're going to get a power play, which means I get to roll again, but I get to move up 1. So we can get a shot on 4, a goal on 5, and a shot on 6. We want a 4, 5, or 6 for Grand Bay. 2 is a turnover, power play, turnover. And the first period ends 1-0. Okay. Nice. There we go. So the games are meant to be quick because they're meant to be, again, career games. So you want to resolve all action quickly so you can continue to play on in careers. So they're not quite instant results, but they're a little faster than some of the contemporary fast play games. All right, Coaldale, here we go. And they're very simple to do because you're meant to play out of the book when you're, in a hotel room somewhere, or if you're to take it to you, take the book with you to campus and between, or at a bus stop or whatever, you could conceivably do this anywhere. All right, Grand Bay, this is safe. So Grand Bay now a chance to tie it. Nope, it's going to be a save. All right, Coaldale looking at the C charts. 6 going to be a shot. And save for Grand Bay. If I roll a 1, they give up a goal. No goal. So it's going to be a stop. Oops. And stop, which is basically a save. Grand Bay, look at the C chart. 3 is a save. So Coaldale's last chance. 3 is going to be a save. So Grand Bay's goalie getting the job done, except he's given up the 1 goal. D. 5 is a save. And folks, we got us a defensive battle here. 0. 0. Whoops. 0. All right, folks. Third quarter about to get started, and Grand Bay needs to find a goal to make this interesting. Coaldale, 5 on B is a power play. So we get a power play, which means we get to use the A charts now. 6 is a shot, so it's going to be a shot. And if I roll a 1, Grand Bay gives up a goalie. Yep, damn, goal. Their first line is going to get probably the game-winning goal. So let's roll for the first line. Who gets this? Oh, it's going to be their defensive man. Anderson gets 2. Right defense. Anderson. What the hell's going on? Is their right defender blue line power play shots? Interesting. Unbelievable. Grand Bay down 2-0 now. 2 for Grand Bay on the B charts. 2 for Grand Bay on the B. It's a turnover. So Grand Bay basically doomed unless they can find a way to score in the next 2 possessions. Coaldale on a 3 is going to get a goal. Oh, man. And Coaldale's second unit. 6. That's going to be their center. Second unit center for Coaldale is going to be King. A straight goal. All right, Grand Bay, what do? 2. It's going to be a turnover, I think. 2 is, turnover. Man, Grand Bay's going to get shut out. Coaldale's third line back on the ice. They've scored a goal today. 6 is a shot. If I roll a 1, they give up the goal. No. So stop. Shot. Stop. And last but not least, Grand Bay's final chance to score. 2 is going to be a turnover. And that's it, folks. Game over. We're going to see Anderson with a power play goal and King with a goal. 2 goals scored by Coaldale. And they're going to win this game 3-0. Holy cow. And there you go, folks. That is a complete game of hockey time. Fast playing. I preset all the lines, so I knew what I needed to roll. I wrote down my goalies, so I knew what the odds were. And then I just wrote down in advance the possessions, knocked them out. So there you have it. And so it turns out the defense of Coaldale, goalie Howell, so Howell, Hill, and Anderson stifled Grand Bay. Anderson, right defenders, actually got 2 goals today. And, of course, King, the center on, actually this would be the left winger, center, right winger. King got the goal as well. And Grand Bay, Jensen, who is one of the better goalies in the league, unfortunately gave up an extra goal today. There you have it, folks. That is hockey time from the Time Sports book. Bye-bye.